The 2026 Honda CB1000F made its long-awaited production debut this year after months of teasing in Osaka and a later SE appearance in Suzuka, confirming that Honda was dead serious about resurrecting the legendary spirit of the CB900 Bol d'Or. March 2026 will mark its official arrival in dealerships, and the production model remains almost indistinguishable from the concept. An intentional move by Honda to preserve the fan-favorite prototype's retro charisma. For a company known for conservative design shifts, Honda's boldness with the CB1000F is nothing short of refreshing. The debut also signals a strategic shift for Honda. Rather than merely participating in the neo-retro trend, they now aim to disrupt it. With classic lines inspired by the 1980s CB750F, complete with a round headlamp, twin horns, chrome sections, and Freddie Spencer-style tank graphics, the CB1000F enters the arena armed with nostalgia and modernity in equal measure. And with a starting price of €12,099, Honda's opening salvo directly targets the long-standing king of this segment, the Kawasaki Z900Rs. At its core, the CB1000F is a contemporary machine wrapped in vintage cues. By borrowing the chassis and base engine from the CB1000 Hornet, Honda gives this retro model a sophisticated foundation. The inline-4 engine has been retuned for stronger low-end pull, sacrificing peak power, now at 124 horsepower, in exchange for real-world usability. Some may scoff at the reduced output compared to the Hornet's 151 horsepower, but Honda argues that the CB1000F was never meant to chase dyno glory. It was built to deliver feel, flexibility, and everyday accessibility. That philosophy extends to the ride experience. Honda lengthened the rear subframe to improve passenger comfort, while the Showa SFF BP fork and rear monoshock are calibrated for a smoother, more composed ride rather than aggressive sport handling. With Nissan 4-piston calipers biting dual 310mm discs, braking remains confident without disrupting the bike's old-school vibe. Even the 795mm seat height and 214 kilograms weight appear engineered for broad rider comfort. Where Honda surprises most is in the electronics package. The CB1000F comes loaded with a 6-axis IMU governing traction control, wheelie control, engine braking, and selectable riding modes. Cornering ABS and emergency brake signaling bring big bike modernity to a motorcycle that visually screams 1983. A 5-inch anti-glare TFT with smartphone connectivity and keyless ignition seals the deal. This is retro done the 21st century way. Opposing it, Kawasaki's 2026 Z900Rs enters the battlefield with only subtle refinements. But that's exactly what its fans demand. Since launching in 2018, the Z900Rs has been a masterclass in how to reinterpret a 1970s icon, the Z1, without diluting its soul. For 2026, Kawasaki's engineers adopt a polish, don't reinvent approach, focusing on emissions compliance, performance refinement, and incremental tech enrichment. One of the key engineering updates appears in the exhaust. The reworked 4-into-1 system helps the Z900Rs meet Euro 5 Plus standards with minimal visual changes. Internally, however, Kawasaki extracts more power. Now 116 horsepower at 9,300 revolutions per minute, a 5 horsepower increase. While torque remains at a stout 98 Nm, albeit delivered higher in the rev range. This delicate balance between environmental compliance and performance gain is something many manufacturers still struggle to achieve. Complementing the power bump is a livelier engine response, thanks to a 10% lighter flywheel. The shorter final gear ratio, achieved by adding a tooth to the rear sprocket, sharpens off-the-line acceleration, helping the Z900Rs feel more eager without sacrificing its signature smoothness. Cruise control adds to its road trip credentials, while the standard quickshifter brings the RS firmly into the modern riding era. Kawasaki also takes its electronic safety suite up a notch. Cornering sensitive traction control and ABS now match the expectations of today's riders while preserving the analog aesthetic that defines the model. The twin-dial cluster remains gloriously retro, and the ignition system stays traditional. A deliberate choice to maintain the Z900Rs's tactile, mechanical personality in an age obsessed with proximity fobs. And just as Honda proudly fits a center stand to emphasize functional retro roots, Kawasaki broadens its accessory catalog with practical add-ons such as heated grips, USB ports, and a low seat. Riders wanting more performance can opt for the Z900Rs SE, which continues with premium Öhlins rear suspension, Brembo front calipers, and braided brake lines. Features Honda does not offer on the base CB1000F. Despite new tech and emissions hardware, Kawasaki keeps weight nearly unchanged at 216 kilograms, maintaining the RS known agility and fluidity. Meanwhile, new paint options, candy tone red, ebony black ball, and exclusive SE finishes reinforce the Z900Rs's position as a master of tasteful nostalgia, not flamboyant reinvention. Pricing, however, creates a dramatic plot twist. With the standard Z900Rs starting around 13,670 euros and the SE at 15,170 euros, Kawasaki suddenly finds itself challenged by Honda's aggressive pricing strategy. Even after Honda adjusted the CB1000F to 12,329 euros in some European markets, it remains significantly cheaper, undercutting Kawasaki by more than 1,300 euros. On paper, Honda dominates the value equation. It offers more technology, modern electronics, a TFT display, and similar performance at a lower price. Riders who want a retro look without compromising contemporary safety and connectivity will likely gravitate toward the CB1000F. For these buyers, the CB1000F is not merely nostalgia, it's nostalgia evolved. Yet the Z900Rs still defends a territory Honda cannot easily infiltrate: emotional authenticity. Kawasaki's neo-retro icon feels genuinely mechanical, unfiltered, and rooted in the heritage it represents. The CB1000F may be historically inspired, but the Z900Rs is genetically connected to its 1970s predecessors. For many purists, that alone remains priceless. Ultimately, the 2026 Honda CB1000F and Kawasaki Z900Rs represent two philosophies of retro motorcycling. Honda offers sharp pricing, cutting-edge electronics, and bold reinterpretation, while Kawasaki delivers heritage, refinement, and timeless emotional appeal. The market will decide which formula resonates more. But for the first time since 2018, Kawasaki's Retro King finally meets a challenger worthy of sharing the throne.